Hi, good morning. Um, yep. Today we are going to study Aunt Jennifer's Tiger, and is everything sorted? Yes, we are. I'll just quickly see if you guys have joined me. Um, I'm really sorry, I'm bad with delivering the links on time, so really sorry for that. And yeah, okay, we still have few of you. All right. So in today's class, we are going to study Aunt Jennifer's Tiger. Now, this is the last poem that we have. So all of you all who are waiting for me to actually come up with all the poems, my job here is done. So we have done all the poems, be it Mother at 66, Elementary School, Keeping Quiet, A Thing of Beauty, and Aunt Jennifer Tigers. That's going to happen today. So yeah, we are pretty much sorted for literature now, and we all need to just do the writing portion and stuff. For all of you all who think that who think what we have like इसके बाद में तो after Aunt Jennifer's Tiger, we are going to have classes on notice and advertisements and invitations and letter to editor and job application and article and report and reading comprehension. So your class will go on till 20th. Have I revealed too much? Okay. So your class will go on for 20th regularly, and after that we are going to have some frequent sessions. That's the idea. Yeah. Now I see a lot of you have joined, like quite a few. Okay. So first of all, before we begin, let me just tell you that we have amazing thing coming on our platform. Like this is amazing. The Unacademy Plus subscription has got a lot of features, and in this we have, you get to learn live from the comfort of your home, unlimited access to all the courses, top educators of India on one platform, really an exhaustive coverage of syllabus, regular doubt clearing session. Like after every third class we have one doubt clearing session, the entire session dedicated to you. Then we have live test series, study material, answer writing sessions, mentorship and guidance, and much more. Now if you're wondering what's this much more, then we have daily practice section, weekly mock test series, live quizzes, and my absolute favorite subjective test series. Now guys, if you are studying from YouTube Special or Plus, trust me, if you're aiming at 100, that's too far right now. You need to literally check whatever that you have consumed, the amount of knowledge that you have consumed from one YouTube channel and then the other and the special and this and that. You are actually able to put that into words. So you should always try your words before you go to exam. You should write your exam beforehand, before the actual exam. So yahan par every week we have these subjective test series that we have, like we have these tests coming up every week. Now all you have to do is you'll get one test paper, you have to write that, you have to submit that to the app, and you will get it checked with personalized comments, mistakes, actual answers, all the doubt solving, and a leaderboard. Now, this is something that I just know there are more features to it. This is highly competitive. You can learn a lot from this. And trust me, if you are a person who actually can utilize all this effort, then you are the one who's going to score between 90 to 100, because this is the best thing. All the content that you require to score 100 is there on the app on Unacademy Plus subscription. Go ahead and subscribe today. In case you're wondering, you can always consider taking Iconic subscription, because it has my heart. Okay, you can use the code SDC18 to get 10% discount on your Plus or Iconic subscription. This is the Champions code. You can unlock the special as well as Plus from it. So special, if you're wondering, are the free classes, but those are free, but you need to unlock them, right? So you can use this code and unlock them. And then we have the Plus classes. Those are paid classes, and you can use this code to get 10% discount and pay the balance. That's how sorted it is. Okay, so yep, these are the codes. So you can use SDC18. It's a championship code, and yeah, champions code. Yeah, by the way, today we have championship exam on the platform, where 5 of you from each stream in each class is going to get scholarships worth 5 lakh rupees. Wow. That sounds interesting. This is Unacademy. Let's crack it. Okay, so we are talking about the summary of the entire poem. By the way, in all that, don't get lost. We have the poem Aunt Jennifer's Tiger that we are studying today, and let's quickly see the summary because that's why we are here. Like that's what we are here for. Okay. By the way, if you want, you can check out my profile. The link will be given in the description box. Not today, then tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. The poet expresses the inner feelings of a woman, that is Aunt Jennifer. The aunt is embroidering a motif comprising of energetic and fearless tigers moving freely around the bright greenery. Now, let me just tell you, first of all, feminism check, because this poem talks about a lot of it. You're going to understand this from this level. We are going to talk about patriarchy, we are going to talk about the bad marriages and relationships, we are going to talk about all of it in this class. So don't feel offended, okay? This is about poem. She is living a life of submissiveness to her husband's command. Her acts are dominated by him and she fears him constantly. This pattern of free and fearless tigers reflects her inner desire to live freely and fearless life. The tigers are graceful, elegant, and bright. Aunt Jennifer's fingers tremble as she embroiders. Now, she's old, but she fears her husband. She does not enjoy the freedom to do anything as per her wish. She's scared doing the embroidery too, and fears his wrath. Since the day she got married, she has been fulfilling the demands of her husband. The wedding ring on her hand is constant reminder that she belongs to her husband. The burden of demanding marriage has exhausted her. The torment will not to end. Torment will not end until her death. Even after her death, the ring will remain on her hand and she will never be free. On the other hand, the tigers that she is embroidering will continue to move around freely forever. Her desire of freedom and fearlessness will live on through her tigers. Guys, first of all, this poem, is going to bring a lot of emotion, and we have to understand every bit of it because this is literature. This is not something that I'm going to just do Hindi of and that'll be it. No, we are going to understand this because literature has to consume you in the process. Okay, that's literature. So we'll talk about the poem, but before we do that, let's talk about the poet. So we have Endrine, American poet, essayist, and feminist. Yoo-hoo! One of the most widely read and influenced poets of the second half of 20th century. Now, Endrine is the word that has to be from USA. Now, my experience says that at least. She talks about women's experiences in her married life. She has tried to explore, tried to explore the inner feelings of women who is living under the dominance of men. Now, she actually writes all this. Like she is actually, an author for all these stuff. So she's feminist and she's the American poet. So one and one, two, yeah. So let's see the first stanza that we have. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen, bright topaz denizen of world of green. They do not fear the men beneath the tree, they pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. Aunt Jennifer के जो tigers है जो उन्होंने बनाए हैं, they are going to prance across the screen. Prancing is jumping and running at the same time. So they are going to prance across the screen. Screen is the tapestry that she is drawing all these things on. She is actually embroidering all these things on. As far as her tigers are considered, they are as bright as topaz, as bright and beautiful as topaz. Denizens of world of green. Now, denizen is actually the citizens, the habitants of world of green. First of all, the cloth that she is embroidering all of this on is green. And the tiger that she is making is made by yellow, bright yellow wool. So it actually makes sense that she wants to actually express this कि ये जो tigers है ये कितने fearless है and they look so beautiful in the world that they live in, which is green world, that's forest. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. बोला कि जो men होता है ना beneath the tree who are there to actually hunt them down, They are fearless of all those men, you know. They pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. They are brave, they are courageous, and they do not fear the men. They are fearless. They are fearless. But all this is in contrast to Aunt Jennifer, because Aunt Jennifer is is submissive. She fears her husband, she fears the marriage, she is not courageous, she is not bold, she is not bright, and she has lost it all. So tigers, on the other hand, are fearless, and that's why Aunt is drawing those embroidering those tigers. Tigers look elegant and shining and full of gentleman's grace, and everything that Aunt Jennifer's ever wanted to become are the tigers. That's why she's embroidering the tiger, not drawing Shipra, embroidering. Yeah, embroidering the tigers. So basically, यहाँ पर Aunt Jennifer जो है, Aunt Jennifer is actually scared, and she's scared because of the life that she's living. She's scared and she's traumatized because you'll understand why am I saying that she's traumatized, because you know she feels that she's nothing without her husband. When you question somebody's self-respect, no, that's too much. And Aunt Jennifer is sacrificing, she is compromising with her self-respect on every point of her marriage. And guess what? She can't end it. She can't break this marriage and live free, because she lives in a patriarchy. Like, she lives in patriarchy. The patriarchal society that we live in won't allow her to do so. Even if she does anyway, everybody will be like, this is Aunt's mistake. Nobody is going to question her husband. Everybody in this world is going to question her. So the burden of society, the burden of a failed marriage is so much to take, that she has become so weak, so tender, and she trembles every time when she picks up something or thinks about something. Can you understand the fear that she is going through? How can we do that to a person? How can we do that to a person? How can we make somebody so feeble, so so I don't know, traumatized? How can we traumatize somebody so much that they are not physically or mentally healthy? And that's happening with Aunt Jennifer. Yes, that's happening with her. She's living a life that she never asked for. By the way, the literary device that we have in this particular stanza is AABB. We have anaphora also. Anaphora मतलब same words जब दो consecutive lines में आते हैं. They do not, they pace in. We have metaphor also, bright topaz. Topaz is actually bright color का gem होता है. Bright yellow color का gem होता है. So that bright yellow color का gem is compared with yellow color के tigers. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. Aunt की fingers ना flutter कर रही है. She's not even able to pick the pick the ivory needle. Ivory needle is smallest and very thin needle, and she's not even able to pick that out and embroider. That's how traumatized she is. She trembles, she shakes, because she is actually in fear, the constant fear of the failed marriage. And guess what? How do we get this idea that whatever that's happening with her is because of Uncle? Because she blames it on Uncle, and yes, he has to be blamed, because whatever his wife is going through, he is equally responsible. Why? Because she says that the massive wedding band that sits upon her hand is massive. The wedding band that she has, the symbol of their marriage, is massive. It's burdensome. How can a marriage be burdened? How can it be burdened? Happy marriages are never burdened. But this is a failed marriage. And it is so heavy. The duties, the circumstances, whatever that she is doing, it's so heavy that she has traumatized herself. And she is so weak right now, physically and mentally, that you can see that in the expression. Fingers fluttering, find even the ivory needle hard to pull. So उनके हाथ पे जो wedding band है, that symbolizes her relationship with uncle, and that symbolizes, that actually answers your question about how traumatized she is. Like, वो इतना थक गई है ना, वो इतना थक गई है कि she doesn't have that courage, or that thing that she fights, and she does something. She has submitted, उन्होंने submit कर दिया है. She has nothing to fight for. That's the thing. When you love somebody so much and somebody treats you like that, and somebody gives you the biggest wound of your life, you actually don't feel like fighting anymore. And she's dependent on her husband. Her husband, he never lets her do anything. कुछ भी नहीं करने देते हैं वो उनको, कुछ भी जो वो चाहती है. He always, puts something or implies something on her. And that's the problem. That's the problem. Because she feels that she doesn't have her individuality. She is lost. And that's big thing. You don't need to get lost in a relationship. Relationship must be worshipped, right? So the atrocities of life, the dominance that uncle puts on her, and the patriarchal society, because she can't even walk out of this toxic relationship because of patriarchy, because people are actually going to put that on her face, that you have done something, that's why you guys got divorced, or like divorced. So basically, all this is actually terrible, and all this is making her lose her mind, and she's lost her mind. She's so weak, so weak that she trembles while she's pulling an ivory needle. Now here, literary device is again the rhyme scheme AABB, and alliteration is in fingers fluttering. F ka sound aa raha hai. When aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie. Still ringed with ordeal she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing proud and unafraid. Now this is the sad part, She feels that when she die, when she dies, matlab abhi jab she'll be dead, her hands will tell the same story that they used to tell when she was alive. There will be no difference between how she was when she was alive and how she will be when she's dead. Can you believe if somebody compares life to death, and somebody feels that, okay, life is equivalent to death, how traumatized that person could be? Like, उनके हाथ जो है ना, वो अभी भी वैसे ही रहेंगे, ringed with ordeals. Now that wedding band is ordeals here. Can you signify the love of your life, the symbol of love of your life, as ordeal? Yes, she can. All the things that she must have come across towards, in her entire marriage life, all those are ordeals. And no matter if she dies, she's always going to carry that with her. People will still address her by Aunt Jennifer died. People are going to still say Aunt Jennifer died. Nobody is going to be like Jennifer died. And nobody is going to talk about the story and the trauma and everything that she has gone through. Everybody is going to talk about she died. She was a nice person. Yes, she was. That's it. Nobody will ever know that she was actually dead when she was alive. Nobody will actually know that, okay, she was living a life that was far worse than being dead. And her innermost desire of being strong and fearless, and to overpower, like, to say her things loud, is all overpowered by her husband. She's frightened to the wits. She's frightened. And after that, like, after she dies, she will still be in connection with uncle because of the society that we have. And the happy thing that she sees here, and the reason why she is actually embroidering the tiger, is that after her death, her desire of freedom and fearlessness shall remain alive in these tigers that she is making. Because these tigers, regardless of whatever that comes their way, they are going to be proud. and they're going to prance unafraid. They're going to still jump like they always do. They are courageous, they're fearless, and they are going to be as strong as they are right now. As strong as Aunt Jennifer can never be. She can never think of actually going against her husband. She can never think of doing something that she likes. She's always following her husband. She's always following what he says. She's always doing what he requires. She never thinks about what she wants in her life. And that's terrible, because nobody, not even marriage, gives you right of actually mastering a person, of actually telling the person what to do or dominating a person. No, marriages definitely bring two people together, but that doesn't mean that a person has to submit to other person. No. And that's how she thinks, and that's how life should be. But nobody is going to raise their voice and say that loud. Everybody is going to submit to this patriarchal society, and that's why she gave up. She was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't fight. She has the inner desire of fighting because that desire shows in her tigers. But she can't fight. The will of fighting is no longer there because she's like, I can't do it. I can never do it. Because no matter how hard I try, these guys are always going to push me back. So, nobody deserves to live like that, Nobody deserves a life like that. And if Aunt Jennifer is doing that, it's actually really sad, and our society has failed. Because that is there, as teacher and as whatever subject that I'm teaching, because whatever stories that we have are actually about life. I can always tell you, never do that to any person. Never do that to any person, because we don't get that right. Never do that to any person. That's all we can actually make out from this story. Literary device here is AABB, and alliteration is there in prancing proud. Pra. Okay. If you see new words, we saw a lot of new words here. Now let's check them out. The new words, let's check them out. We have prance. Prance का मतलब होता है walk करना या move करना बड़ी springy step से कूद के. Topaz, bright yellow color का stone होता है. Denizen actually denizen का मतलब होता है habitant. Sleek का मतलब होता है elegant. Now it's not chic, it's sleek. Chivalric का मतलब होता है, it's actually being courageous and being courteous to women. You can call a gentleman, chivalric. So it's actually, it has derived from the word chivalry. Ordeals का मतलब होता है life ने जो धक्के दिए हैं. Prancing मतलब बड़ा proudly move करना, unafraid move करना. फ्लटरिंग का मतलब होता है बड़ा क्विकली मूव करना, बट जो मोशंस है वो काफी ज्यादा इरेगुलर होना, कांपना. So these are the words that we see. So in this entire poem we read about how हमें पता चला कि वो क्या कर रही हैं, वो एम्ब्रॉयडर कर रही हैं टाइगर्स को. फिर हमें पता चला कि वो कितनी ज़्यादा ट्रॉमेटाइज है क्योंकि उनसे एक आइवरी नीडल भी पुल नहीं हो रही. फिर हमें उसका रीज़न पता चला जब उन्होंने बताया वेडिंग बैंड के बारे में, और बताया कि वो कितना ज़्यादा बर्डनसम है, कितना ज़्यादा हैवी है. एंड लेटर ऑन उन्होंने बताया कि वो इतना हैवी क्यों है, क्योंकि उन्होंने बताया उनकी डेथ के बाद में भी उनकी लाइफ इससे कनेक्टेड रहेगी. दैट मीन्स शी वॉज लिविंग इन अ फेल्ड मैरिज, अ टॉक्सिक रिलेशनशिप दैट शी कैन नेवर कम आउट ऑफ. That's it. So this is actually good poem, and the best part about literature is you can express all you want. Just keep the facts in place, because trust me, you need marks too. So just keep that in place, and that's it. Don't forget to follow me on Unacademy and use my code SDC18 to unlock your special classes as well as your plus classes. Use code SDC18 to get 10% discount on your plus or iconic subscription. This is Unacademy, and I am Shipra Mishra, and I will just take leave now. Thank you so much for joining. I will see you guys later.